Hey everyone, welcome to today's webinar. So today we're going to do a lot about cleaning and household products in your home. So I've got a little bit of a PowerPoint presentation just to make it a bit easier. So I'll just do screen share and then you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. So first, I'd just like to talk a little bit about modern medicine. So obviously it's designed to manage symptoms made from isolated synthetic agents, side effects both known and unknown. $4.5 trillion per year spent on global healthcare, and are we healthier because of it? I would argue most definitely not. So nature's solutions help address issues and root causes, made of hundreds of natural compounds found in plants, enhances physical and emotional health, and safe benefits without side effects, or, very few people have skin irritation, and then they obviously just need to dilute it or not use ones that irritate their skin. So no time or money spent on doctor's visits, and it's a lot cheaper as well to use essential oils because you literally only need a drop, especially with these particularly potent brand. So what are essential oils? I thought that they were just kind of hippie stuff that smelled good. Some people use them in massage, some people burn them. But there's actually a lot more uses for them. So what they actually are natural aromatic compounds found in plants, and they're steam distilled or cold press extraction. So powerful, safe benefits without side effects. So that's just enhancement of the peppermint leaf, and these little globs are the oils involved. So why and how do essential oils work in the body? Essential oil molecules are so small that they easily penetrate the skin and can be carried through the blood and tissues within minutes. They're lipid soluble, so they can actually penetrate your cell wall. So when you take an antibiotic, that antibiotic cannot penetrate your cell wall. It can only kill off both good and bad bacteria, unlike an essential oil, which can kill both bacteria and actually penetrate the cell wall and kill viruses. So they aid your body by imitating the regenerating, oxygenating, and immune strengthening properties found in the plant from which they are derived. And they can increase the amount of oxygen that travels to the limbic system, particularly the pineal and pituitary glands, and this increases the release of antibodies, neurotransmitters, and endorphins. So essential oils, there's a lot of science coming out around essential oils at the moment, and it's really very exciting. A lot of hospitals in the United States are actually starting to use them with amazing results. So we can read the rest of that. And smelling essential oil can have a profound impact on your emotional state as well. So as I was saying, the essential oil can enter the cell membrane where the viruses reside, and they can also kill bacteria on the outside of the cell as well. So this is just a little chart showing the ORAC value, and that shows how high something is in antioxidants. So for example, when most people think of something really high in antioxidants, they generally talk about berries. As you can see, strawberries, 1,540, blueberries, 2,400. But then you get up to stuff like cacao or even just cocoa unprocessed, 26,000 ORAC value. That's how high it is in antioxidants. Then when we look at the essential oils, so right down the bottom is patchouli, and that's 49,400, and then it goes up to clove, which is over 1 million on the ORAC score. So extremely, extremely high in antioxidants. Clove is one of the oils in the On Guard protective blend, which is like the immune kind of blend that we do. So extremely high in antioxidants, which means it's amazing at killing free radicals and strengthening the immune system. So doTERRA does not prevent, treat, or cure disease. Your lifestyle choices can help prevent disease. Your doctor treats symptoms and broken parts. Your body cures disease. So your body has the ability, when given the right tools, to heal itself. So this is just a little chart showing a whole range of things you can do to improve your self-care. This is lifestyle, so obviously eating well, exercise or movement, rest and managing stress, extremely important. Reducing toxic load, which is what we're going to concentrate on mostly today. And then informed self-care, so whether you see like a chiropractor or a naturopath or a nutritionist or any other kind of modality, and proactive medical care. As and when necessary for acute situations, because that's what they're good at. Mainstream medicine does have some amazing benefits, but they're good at acute and not so much the chronic degenerative disease, which is most of the disease, as it's all lifestyle related. So essential oil safety is important to cover this. Powerful natural compounds that are safe when used appropriately. So keep out of the eyes, ears, and nose. Skin sensitivity, as I was saying, is the primary safety issue. And dilute with a vegetable oil, so like the fractionated coconut oil that doTERRA do, or almond oil, or jojoba, or any of those kinds of oils. Always dilute for children and those with sensitive skin, and follow all label directions. So the oils can be used aromatically, so like in a diffuser, topically, diluted where appropriately, and some of the oils can also be used internally. Again, follow the label directions and the advice in Modern Essentials book or the website or the app. So the doTERRA difference, most essential oils in the market are synthetic and used to the perfume and freshening, cleaning industry, that kind of thing. Some are food grade, some are therapeutic grade, and doTERRA's have their own kind of extremely stringent standards, and they call their oils certified pure therapeutic grade. So that is their own trademark, but they have independent third-party testing, and they do have a very strict process that they put the oils through to ensure 100% purity. There's no pesticides, synthetics, fillers, that kind of thing. So that's just a little bit about all the testing methods. You can look that kind of stuff up on your own. I find it pretty boring, to be honest, but it is great. Just, they detect heavy metals and other pollutants, make sure it's all natural compounds, test for all of those kinds of things. And yeah, basically so this is a bit about the sourcing, which is really cool. So Australia provide the eucalyptus and the melaleuca, which is tea tree, and they source them independently from all around the world. So wherever something naturally grows is where they source it from the original habitat, which means that the potency and the properties of the oil are much, much stronger if they're grown where they're traditionally meant to grow in the world. So it's very cool. And they support the farmers really well as well. Actually, I'll show you a quick video on the sourcing because I think you will love it. Impact sourcing.
doTERRA essential oils have a profound impact on our health and wellness, but the impact of how and where they're sourced goes beyond a drop of oil. First, we search the globe to identify the best plant material, harvested and expertly distilled for oil potency and quality. Many of our essential oils come from countries facing economic and environmental challenges. This provides a unique opportunity for doTERRA to produce the highest quality essential oils while also doing good in a sustainable way. We call this co-impact sourcing. Through this approach, we are creating jobs and improving incomes in countries where they are much needed. Developing long-term partnerships with artisan small-scale growers and distillers around the world. These partnerships transform the playing field for growers to improve their production and establish stable prices and trustworthy long-term buying. Helping growers organize themselves into cooperatives to achieve common goals and higher quality while ensuring farmlands are preserved and passed on to future generations. These cooperatives also ensure growers receive fair and on-time payments in favorable installments, help throughout the year. In these areas, doTERRA's Healing Hands Foundation is funding the construction of schools, health clinics, cooperative buildings, water systems, and more to empower growers, their families, and communities today and tomorrow. Through co-impact sourcing, doTERRA is improving lives and providing hope to people in desperate need of opportunity. Through this approach, we ensure the long-term supply of the best plant materials to consistently deliver the highest quality products. So it's more than just a drop of oil in your hand. It's a catalyst for impacting many lives beyond your own.
I love that video because I think it explains really well what doTERRA is all about in a nutshell, which is a lot about integrity and helping people, which is awesome. So back to my little slideshow from current slide. So I just want to run down a few of the oils and then we'll get on to lots of the recipes that I want to share with you. So lavender is the most versatile of all the essential oils. It's good for everything. So it's calming, relaxing, great for insomnia, mood elevating, balancing. It's amazing for burns, cuts, bruises, bites, infections, hay fever, cold sores, etc. So it's called the Swiss Army knife of the first aid kit. And this is a photo of a woman with a 3rd-degree burn from boiling water. which is, yeah, pretty brutal. And this is 5 days of after applying lavender and melaleuca or tea tree daily. So as you can see, really, really amazing healing. And she probably won't have any scarring left as well. I would be using frankincense as well to take care of any residual scarring. But yeah, just amazing. Yeah. So peppermint is really good for cooling down on a hot day as well. I've put it in a little spray bottle with some water and just spray it on the back of your neck and on the feet. It really cools down body temperature. Really invigorating for the lungs. So it's one of the oils in the Breathe blend, I believe, and really good for bowel inflammation or upset stomach. So it is also one of the oils in the digestive blend called Digestin, but you can just use it on its own topically as well. Really amazing for headaches on your temples and the back of your neck, and great for circulation and allergies as well. So melaleuca, good for fungal infections, nappy rash, acne, insect bites, cuts, scrapes, scratches, eczema, skin irritation, basically anything to do with the skin. It's really, really good as well. I also like to just put a drop in in the washing machine with the we use soap nuts, or you can like doTERRA do their own laundry liquid as well. But I really love using soap nuts and a drop of melaleuca or a drop of Purify, which has the melaleuca in it as well. So it's really, really good. Oregano is one of my favorite oils. I had a massive plantar wart on the bottom of my foot for like 7 years, and I tried absolutely everything. I won't even go through the list of things I tried to get rid of it. Literally 5 days of putting 1 drop of oregano on it, and it completely healed and disappeared pain-free. So that was really exciting. Stimulates immune response, natural defense. Really, really good for like your digestive health. So if you've got candida overgrowth or other parasites and infections going on in there, really, really powerful. It's one of the oils in the GX Assist supplement. So that's like a 10-day parasite and candida kind of cleanse that you can do as well. It says eliminates warts and tag moles and medicine cabinet in a bottle. So it's very potent, powerful oil. I love it. Frankincense is probably my all-time favorite. I probably say that about every oil though. So yeah, I can't choose. It's great for depression, anxiety, stress-related conditions, nerve tonic, immune stimulation, thyroid support. You can look up on PubMed the studies they're doing with cancer and applying topically and shrinking tumors as well. So there are some amazing things that they're doing with frankincense. I like to take a drop under my tongue if I'm having a bit of a freak out. So really, really good for that. Okay, so make over my cleaning cabinet. We'll jump into a bit about this stuff now. So the importance of removing chemicals in the home. Often there are acute symptoms that show up when you're using dodgy cleaning products. Like I always noticed that I would get a migraine and I'd get like puffy red itchy eyes, and yeah, just kind of, you know, react badly in immediate obvious form. But the chronic and long-term effects on health, there are no regulatory requirements for warnings about chronic long-term effects, and they're quite unknown, but they enter our bodies by inhalation and absorption through the skin or through ingestion of household dust and chemical residues left on dishes and cutlery. So when flushed down the drain, they can have a serious impact on aquatic ecosystems. And again, there's no regulatory requirement for ingredients to be listed on the label in a consistent format, so it can be hard to identify chemicals of concern. Also, I'd just like to quickly thank Shannon Morgan, who's in my doTERRA team, who put this amazing PowerPoint together as well. She'll be joining us on the next presentation. She just had to go and do something. So Shannon put this all together, and her daughter have been using the oils with amazing results as well. And she's really, really passionate about sharing this information and empowering people to have a toxin-free home. So yeah, so common toxin ingredients in household cleaning products. Phthalates are particularly harmful, so they're potent endocrine disruptors. They affect gene expression by turning on or off certain genes and interfere with the way our glandular system works. So they can mimic the female hormone estrogen, and they're shown to reduce sperm count. So that's from the CDC. Exposure occurs mainly through inhalation, can also occur through skin contact, and unlike the digestive system, the skin has no safeguards against toxins, so absorbed chemicals can go straight to organs, which is pretty concerning. Triclosan, I'm not sure if you saw the news article floating around the internet about Colgate getting in trouble for having triclosan in their Total toothpaste. but it is a major health concern. So toxic suspected endocrine disruptor that can mimic or interfere with the function of hormones again. So we're just surrounded by endocrine disruptors, which is a massive problem in terms of, a whole range of things, but particularly in terms of weight and all sorts of fertility problems and hormonal problems, so PCOS and all those kinds of things, because we're surrounded by endocrine disruptors. So the European Union classifies triclosan as irritating to the skin and eyes and is very toxic to aquatic organisms. Again, can cause long-term adverse effects in the aquatic environment. Can also react to the environment to form dioxins, which bioaccumulate and are toxic. And it's an antimicrobial agent, and there is a concern that its extensive use in consumer products is contributing to antibiotic-resistant bacteria and thus limiting the treatment options for microbial infections. So not only do we have the issue of antibiotics being massively overprescribed, but also the use of these antibiotic-resistant chemicals in products, and triclosan is in all of those hospital hand gels and that kind of thing that you'll find throughout every hospital in Australia that they obsessively use. So it is really quite concerning that they're continuing to do that. So ammonia, the vapors may irritate the skin, eyes, throat and lungs. People with asthma may be particularly sensitive to the effects of breathing ammonia. Ammonia may also cause kidney and liver damage. While ammonia occurs naturally, the use of cleaning products containing the substance can result in higher levels of exposure to the vapors than from natural sources. So if the ammonia is mixed with products containing bleach, which is quite common, people put ammonia and bleach together when they're cleaning, it creates a highly poisonous chloramine, and a chloramine gas is formed. So it's really quite dangerous to do that kind of thing. Coal tar dyes, I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of the things in bottles, are dyed like a bright blue, or your toilet cleaner or whatever, or your dishwashing liquid will be a bright blue or green or orange or whatever. So they're derived from petrochemicals and may be contaminated with trace amounts of heavy metals like arsenic, cadmium and lead, and there is concern that synthetic dyes may cause cancer and that heavy metals can harm the nervous system and cause other adverse health effects. So dyes in cleaning products can be absorbed through the skin or ingested in the case of soap residue on dishes, and they're completely unnecessary to the cleaning function of the product. So I've noticed that like skincare products and stuff as well, which are like putting directly on your face and on your skin, can often be dyed as well as perfumes and that kind of thing as well. So it's pretty concerning. It's something I never really thought about until I had really poor health as well. And I think most people just expect if it's on the shelf, that it has to be safe. And unfortunately, it's just not the case. I'm just going to grab one of my on-guard throat drops. My sore throat. Or not. Looks like Dan ate them all. Okay, so the best essential oils for cleaning are tea tree. It's antiseptic, antimicrobial, and antifungal and antiviral. Lemon is a great antiseptic and antifungal as well, and it's amazing at cutting through grease. So similar to wild orange as well, really amazing grease cutter. Peppermint, antibacterial, antiseptic, natural pest deterrent, really good for getting rid of ants and stuff, which we'll go into a bit later. Eucalyptus is antibacterial and antiviral. Lavender is antiseptic, antimicrobial, antifungal. And you can read the rest of those. So all-purpose cleaning spray, which is one that I use constantly at home, and Dan loves it as well. So all it is a quarter cup of vinegar, 2 cups of water, 30 drops of doTERRA essential oil. I don't even use that much, to be honest. I use about 10 drops of On Guard and 10 drops of lemon in the kitchen, so it's amazing. So I've got that extra grease cutting power in the kitchen for the benches and the bit beside the sink and all that. Another really good one for your shower spray is using clove, or like 10 drops of On Guard and then extra amount of clove to get rid of mold and stuff. If you've got a bit of a mold problem in the bathroom, it's amazing at getting rid of mold. And then just a teaspoon of borax or a squirt of natural dishwashing liquid if you don't like to use borax, and just add ingredients to the spray bottle and shake thoroughly. And then just, if you're not using borax, because that helps disperse the essential oil through the water, then just make sure you shake it before you use it each time, because otherwise oils will sit on top of the spray bottle. So I've also got a soft scrub for the bath tile and toilet. So it's just 3/4 of bicarb soda, a 1/4 cup of liquid Castile soap, a tablespoon of water, a tablespoon of vinegar, and 5 to 10 drops of lemon essential oil. And just combine them all. Then add water and stir, and add the vinegar and stir until a soft paste, and then you can keep it in like a glass jar or some sort of glass dish. And that'll make enough for 2 to 3 applications. I'm just going to grab a drink of water because I'm losing my voice. Okay, so foaming hand wash, this is one of my favorite ones. Whoops. It's just 2 tables of liquid Castile soap, and you can get that, like I use the Dr. Bronner's, you can get it from health food store or most places online. 1 tablespoon of the fractionated coconut oil, and then just slowly fill the rest with water, leaving enough room for the pump thing up the top. You can get the foaming hand things from doTERRA, or you can just, get them from most cheap places and that kind of thing. And then 10 drops of essential oil of choice. So I like to use 5 drops of lavender and 5 drops of geranium because they're both really soothing for the skin, and really good if you've got like eczema or dry hands or dermatitis. If you're using in the kitchen or that kind of thing, I'm just going to shut the door because that bird is annoying me. Sorry. Then I would use On Guard just for the extra antibacterial, and germ-killing effects without creating resistant bacteria. So that's how you do that one. By the way, if you want any of these recipes, just leave a comment in the Facebook event and we can get Shannon to set you up with the ebook. And if you haven't got a doTERRA account as well, she can help you set that up as well. So it's super easy to get started. Carpet and upholstery cleaner. Now this one is also fantastic for your mattress. So if you've got dust mites in your mattress and you've got asthma and allergies and that kind of thing, I highly recommend doing this, and it'll get rid of all of that as well. You can even do it on your pillows as well, and then sort that out. So it's just 1 cup bicarb soda, 10 drops of doTERRA essential oil. So the ones that will help repel dust mites, things like lavender, eucalyptus, peppermint, clove, or rosemary. The Purify blend is absolutely amazing because it's a whole range of blends of oils, and it's particularly effective against dust mites. So just add all that stuff into a jar and shake it up to evenly distribute the oils. Put the mixture into a sifter and sift over the carpet, upholstery, or mattress. Leave for at least an hour and then vacuum to remove the mixture from the surface, and you'll be amazed at the difference, especially if you've got kids with asthma and allergies and that kind of thing. So we'll talk a little bit about insect repellent. So DEET is a chemical used in mosquito repellent, and it's a neurotoxic chemical that has been shown to cause the death of brain neurons, hence the neurotoxic label, obviously. So in lab rats after frequent and prolonged exposure. So it's also clear that DEET is absorbed quickly into the skin and therefore the bloodstream, and that does pass through the placenta to a fetus. So the average individual probably doesn't reach that same frequent and prolonged exposure rate, which is, what the EPA is banking on when it labels DEET safe for human exposure. But I would not personally choose to use it on myself and my children now that I know better. I did spray this stuff all over myself as a kid constantly, and no wonder it smelled so toxic. So why use DEET when you can use a safer alternative? So the TerraShield blend is like doTERRA's secret recipe, and they won't even reveal all the oils used for repelling insects and stuff. So you can either diffuse that, out on the patio or whatever, but you can also put it in a spray bottle with water. So just a 4-ounce, preferably colored glass spray bottle, and combine the oils in the spray bottle and fill the rest of the bottle with water. Shake well before it's used, and then just spray clothing and exposed skin, and be careful to avoid the eyes. So there's some other ones you can use as well if you don't have the TerraShield, Purify, cedarwood, and some other effective ones, as well as peppermint. So why go non-toxic with repellents, but also other things as well? Children have a vulnerability to chemicals, and our environment that we subject our children to has a profound effect on virtually every facet of the early development. So in order to reduce the risk posed by chemicals, we need to look beyond risk management, safety levels, and acceptable intake of toxic chemicals. And instead, the aim must be to achieve a toxic-free environment by eliminating the use of chemicals with hazardous properties. Obviously, it's near on impossible to have a completely toxic-free environment because of all the stuff going on outside and around us. But if we can make our home as toxic-free and chemical-free as possible, then that would be amazing for our kids. So the skin is the largest organ of the animal or human body, and it breathes and absorbs all things in the air, many good, many not so good. And with this knowledge, it was time for Shannon to look for alternatives and share these with others, which is why she's so passionate about sharing the oils and building a business with doTERRA. So this is a great list for all the things that you can repel with essential oils. So you can even use them in gardening instead of using something like Roundup and supporting Monsanto. You can actually use essential oils. So to repel ants, TerraShield, peppermint, and rosemary work really well. Again, you can just fill it up like with some water in a spray bottle and spray your bench if you've got an ant problem in the kitchen. Aphids, peppermint, beetles, TerraShield, peppermint, thyme, chiggers, TerraShield, lavender, lemongrass, thyme. You can read all that, and we can send you the full sheet if you're interested. Just let us know. And spiders, a really great way to repel spiders is spraying the peppermint everywhere, which people love. I was going to say as well, mice, if you put a few drops of Purify on a cotton wool ball and just put it in the corners, it's a good way to keep them away as well. So that's some more recipes about ants. So doTERRA's commitment is to continue to bring nature's medicine to the world, continue to empower people to help achieve their wellness goals, and continue to invest in the future. Commitment to quality and innovation. Their first 6-year revenue growth, Apple versus doTERRA, raced to $1 billion. So it's very exciting. And they're a direct selling company. So most direct selling companies, people sign up and then don't really continue to purchase. With doTERRA, we've got 80% retention over the first year and 60+% over 4 years, which means people do keep ordering, which is why it's a fantastic business model if you're interested in sharing with people. Otherwise, you can just order yourself. There's no minimum monthly order. There's simply options in terms of the loyalty rewards program, and options if you want to earn commission. There is a minimum order, but not if you just want to order what you want when you want. So the doTERRA convention is coming up on the Gold Coast from November 6 to 8. So come along if you're interested to learn more. The A to Z event on the Thursday is going to be amazing, and you can just choose to come to that, or you can come to the whole thing, or just a convention, or whatever you want to do. There's lots and lots of information on the blog. I'll just come back into Hangouts. Sorry, just a sec. Stop sharing. Yeah, so there's lots of information on the blog, www.getafreshstart.com.au. You can click on the Essential Oils tab. I've written heaps of blogs about them. There's information about wholesale access, about how to earn, about about why I chose doTERRA, what's so special about doTERRA, all kinds of information on there. So feel free to have a look. Like I said, you can contact Shannon, and also Jo was a part of making the presentation as well, and she's another team member of ours who's passionate about sharing the oils as well. So contact Shannon. I will get her to send anyone that wants the ebook full of recipes. You can also check out the doTERRA blog, and that has lots of more amazing recipes as well. So I make my own deodorant. It's running out now, but this is my deodorant. It's literally fractionated coconut oil and about 5 drops of Purify, and then I just shake it up and use that roll-on under my arms. I also make my own toothpaste, so that's just 3 tablespoons of bicarb soda, 3 tablespoons of normal coconut oil, and about 10 drops of peppermint oil. I make my own perfumes. I either just use the, no, that's not it, the Whisper Blend, or Balance, or Frankincense, or In Tune is a really favourite one of mine, and that keeps me focused, which is good because I'm a bit all over the shop. So literally everything, like I don't use toxic perfumes anymore. I make my own deodorant, make my own toothpaste, make my own soap, make my own all-purpose cleaning spray, use the essential oils in our laundry. Yeah, it's literally a completely toxic-free home in terms of all the household chemicals. I mean, you can't do anything about what they put in your couch or, you know, the paint in the house, but if you can limit the toxic exposure as much as possible, My asthma, and I'm working on a blog post about my asthma at the moment and allergies and how I manage to naturally control them. But my asthma is now entirely managed with diet, with limiting toxic exposure and using things like the Breathe blend on my chest and having Himalayan salt lamp and doing all those kinds of things. So it is really profound what can happen when you start steering away from the dodgy toxic stuff and using more natural alternatives. So again, if you have any questions, let us know. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the presentation. See you later.